Alright guys, before we get into today's video, we got a new announcement. We got a new shirt design, this one featuring the Malibu. We raced the Malibu a few weeks back at Cincy Street Nights and debuted the Mississippi Delay Box. Each shirt purchase is going to go towards winning a chance to drive my dad's Malibu and hang out with us for a day. So if you guys are interested in that, go over to oldmansgarage.shop, check it out. Got baptized by a streetcar. Alright, so first round, or second pair out. Got this little 300ZX 6-cylinder car. We're gonna turn it down a little bit from last night and see if we can make a clean hit and get some good data for round 2. Shooting for like a 560. Hopefully it goes. Day 2, pretty happy with our first few passes yesterday. Still learning, like I said, what the truck likes and where do we need to shift it at, how much boost does what. Truck on the day 2 was building boost a little bit slower. First round, we got paired up with a 300ZX. I was first pair. And so I turned my launch down a little bit from yesterday against the GTR, being that we were first pair. And it didn't get to the target boost on the line. It took it quite a while to come up on the brake, and I think maybe just the air change from day to day and maybe a little bit of an exhaust leak. After I ran the GTR, everything heating up, cooling down, all the brand new turbo kit and everything, opened up some exhaust leaks, so it took a little bit longer to build boost. Left on no boost against the 300, and luckily when the boost came in, we were able to drive away. He missed his tune-up a little bit, so neither one of us made a very good pass, but we're still learning.
first round on Sunday, we drew a car named Mr. George, this blue fox body from Canada. You guys are probably going to start seeing a trend here. Some of these Canadian cars are really, really fast. They're no joke, and they know how to get down some of these bad surfaces. We were able to make the best pass all weekend, first round on Sunday, and I was pretty surprised by it. I mean, I had turned it up trying to go a lot more mile an hour, but the 60 foot was one of my slowest all weekend. So I was easy on the 60 foot, and I was trying to run like 140 out the back, working my way there, and we were getting closer and closer, and I ended up going a personal best all weekend with my slowest 60 foot. So based off what I went, if I went my 135 60 foot like I had went on Saturday, I'd know for a fact I'd be with as fast as the car that won on Saturday.
My God.
Second round, I got paired up with a full-size Silverado Turbo LS deal, I believe. We put a pretty good tune-up in it this time. I wanted to see what the track could handle. It went, but it wasn't as fast as what I would hope for. The truck's build and boost a little bit slow. You know, the converter's really tight in it, and I'm having to leave on a lot more power, a lot more RPM and boost than I'm used to with my other setups. So that's different for me, and I'm still learning what it takes to make it 60 foot, leaving at 4,300 on 8 pounds. Usually on the 406, that would be like a low 120, 60 foot. And with this engine, it's only like a 140 to 138. So I'm still learning as far as that stuff goes, and with it building boost slow, it's kind of hard to leave much harder, or else it's going to take even longer. After that race, Noah Stein came by, and he helped me set up a 3-step, which helped a little bit, getting it to target boost a little faster. So thank you to Noah for that. Super nice guy. Help anybody.
I did not get the luck of the draw. Inevitably, I knew it was coming at some point, but I had to race the GTR. I guess it was my turn. I really wanted to win this race. Everyone was complaining about him all weekend, saying how he wasn't beatable, when I knew for a fact, like, you know, draggy times get shared around, and I knew for a fact he was beatable in the first few rounds. But it's tough, man. Like, when you see somebody doing that, you see somebody driving around like big block Chevys with you know, a ton of mile an hour, like, you gotta try something, you know. So basically all I did from first round to second round was bring it in just a little bit earlier, and not much. I mean, I only added a pound through the middle, and then, you know, like 3 or 4 pounds out the back, just trying to run with this dude's mile an hour. And I let go of the button, and then it got out, you know, to 0.3 seconds, and it started hitting traction control, and then it pretty much hit it for the rest of the pass until it, you know, I have the traction control shutting off at about 3.3 seconds. After that, I don't care, like, because that track's so bumpy, when it hits the bumps, it'll hit traction control, and that just slows it down. So, but it rode it all the way up to 3.3 seconds, and then traction control shut off, and then it just got so upset to the point where I could feel it. You know, I could feel it in the steering wheel, I could feel it in the car. It wasn't hooked up all the way. I felt like it was about to white smoke, so I gave it a quick pedal, and I knew I lost right there. As soon as I had to pedal, I was like, I'm screwed. Like, I'm gonna be down 5 miles an hour. And I was. And you know, here he comes driving around me in the last 100 feet, and I was so frustrated because I knew it was a way worse pass than what I had made first round, and he had only beat me by a car and a half, you know. And I was like, God, if I could have made that pass I made first round, I probably could have beat him, you know. I went almost 2/10 slower than my first round pass that run, and I probably only lost by a tenth and a half. You have to be perfect sitting next to that car. You can't mess up. And it was the perfect opportunity because he was in the bad lane. He didn't guess the light. He was honest, and he left late. You know, it was the perfect opportunity for somebody to take him out finally. And he said some shit before the race. He said, I fucked your brother up yesterday. I'm not going to fuck you up today. I was like, well, you might have been joking, but, you know, I wouldn't say anything like that. You know, it's not really my personality, but it's what it is. So I really wanted to win, and I didn't. And but we'll try again next time. I'm sure it won't be the last.
God, he's a hated car.
We got paired up with Sherman Baker in a green Chevelle, brand new car this year, big block with twin turbos, and they've been doing really well with it. He's won a lot of races, been in a lot of finals this year with it. He's always tough. He had the green step side last year, and he was always really tough to beat. So didn't expect nothing less. I had turned mine up a little bit more from the previous pass, and we went a personal best with this setup, but we ended up about a car length behind Sherm at the finish line. You know, I think if we had left a little harder, probably would have been able to stay out in front. but we're still figuring out how to do that and how much we need to leave on. So congrats to Sherm for making it to the finals, and he damn near would have won that race if Noah hadn't guessed the light in the final, I think. So to be a car length behind the eventual runner-up of the race, not a bad showing for the first time out with the truck, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. We didn't have any issues other than a couple little exhaust leaks and a stick and throttle body. I had to rev it up a couple times to get it unstuck after the burnout, but other than that, pretty damn good.
So first round of the buyback race, we draw chips. The two Texas guys, Kraken and his buddy with the red and black K5 Blazer, they both drew each other. They're both from Texas. They both drove 30 hours to be at this race, and they buy back in. They both lost second round, and then they draw each other. So Stephen Little from the Kraken, he comes up. He's like, "Hey man, you trade chips? Like, we really don't want to race each other. Like, we're 30 hours from home. Like, it really sucks." I said, "Yeah, man, no problem. Like, I'll trade chips. Like, I don't care at this point. Like, we all got to race each other at some point. But yeah, man, I'll trade chips." So we traded them, and I know that's kind of frowned upon, but like, I felt like that was a situation where I was doing a good thing. Like, I wasn't trying to get like a free pass or nothing. Hell, I probably made it harder for myself having to race the K5 Blazer rather than some of the other cars. He gave me a really good race, but we line up with this Blazer from Texas. Super nice guy, and he gave me a hell of a race, man. He was out on me, and I think my ramp just came in a little harder there at the end. I think I just had a little more power in it than he did up top. I was able to nudge him just at the end, but it was an awesome race. It was door to door the whole time, and that was my first pass in the right lane the whole weekend. So I had it turned down in the 60 in the middle just because I knew, the word on the street was that right lane was slower than the left. So I was trying to be careful. I didn't want to blow the tires off. I didn't want to get out through the middle and spin. So I think that's why he was out on me a little bit, and then I was just able to put the power down a little better out the back.
And that right lane is rough.
Yes, it is, but you got it.
Yeah, it was
Good
a really
job.
awesome race. Good race.
I'll bet 100 that he didn't.
I don't know. That's why I like to let go of the fucking spoiler when the light comes on, because then I know. But
No. But he's drunk. I'll put 200 on it. I'll bet 100.
Got a perfect light.
Perfect light. Thank you.
So as I sit here and edit this, this was a jump. Look, I love Noah, I love Sherm, they're both good people. Noah jumped. Tire cracks 1 frame before the light comes on. Right there. Tire's cracking, light's not on. Fully, it cracks really hard right there and the light's on. But that Hoosier's moving and that light's not on. That's a jump. Now, this is up for debate because my 60 frames a second camera caught it, but their 30 frames per second camera probably didn't. So their camera probably didn't show a jump, but you know, I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like Sherm got robbed, but their camera probably didn't show it because they don't know how to use a camera that's high frame rate.
Perfect light.
Perfect light.
Let's set it on mine too.
we were just talking.
Frame, lights on, tires gone.
Bam! Noah's the winner.
That's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was that?
That was good.
2 for 2.
He slept. What do you mean? The tire's already moving?
No, he's bumping in.
Okay.
See, it's
Just
light.
bumped him.
Who's this?
What do you mean? Where? The light's not even on.
Yeah, it is.
Don't snap.
There it
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Are you calling the race? Are you the one calling the race? All right.
Where's your Mustang? Where's your Mustang?
Draw Chicken Hawk. My first time ever racing him, and I've always wanted to line up with him. Another car that's clear from, I think they're from Florida or Georgia, up here in New York racing, so it was awesome to see them there. We ended up being in the right lane again, and I had a good drive shaft curve for the right lane. I could see where all the bumps were, so we made some adjustments, and we ended up going almost just as fast as we were going in the left and the right, just in 2 passes. Had another awesome race. We left just about even, and then I think, you know, I was just putting more. I was trying to go more mile an hour than everybody else. I heard Robert, the guy that drives Chicken Hawk, after the race. He was like, "Man, we just got to get more aggressive with it. We got to throw some more nitrous at it to run some more mile an hour." It was still an awesome race. So at this point, we were in the finals, and Kraken got the bye, and he took his bye in the right lane. I was sitting at the finish line on the return road, and I watched his pass, and I don't think he made it further than 300, 400 feet before he shut the car down. I'm not sure what happened. I knew that he didn't have great data in the right lane, or at least maybe he wasn't comfortable being in the right with the pass that he made. So going into the finals, I knew, I definitely wanted to try and get the left lane if possible. We flip a quarter. I told him, usually the courteous rule is to let whoever drove the furthest to call the coin toss. So he calls it. He called heads. It lands tails, and I take the left lane. Now, I don't think I made that many adjustments to my tune-up. Besides, I had it on like 36, 37 pounds at the finish line, which the last time I did that, we blew a head gasket at Milan. It was more like 38, but you know, I really didn't want to hurt anything before War in the Woods this coming weekend. I was just wary of if I grab the scramble, it's going to be on 40. That was something in the back of my head.
Must have been close.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta go watch the tape.
I told you it was going to be close.
It's going to be a dead man's race.
I think Tommy was out on him a little bit at half track, and I saw the Camaro hit traction control a couple times on the bumps, but it looked to me like the Camaro was pulling really hard out the back. So
I really couldn't tell,
I can't
even through
tell.
the camera.
It was close. I mean, we're still sitting there. It was close. That's what me and Steve were talking about. We're like, we're going to war. We know this. Like,
Nobody knows.
The camera, the camera they had, he was standing at the fucking generator right there.
Oh my god.
They couldn't
So
tell.
who's ahead of the generator?
I was standing right at the line. It was Tommy about like this much.
That's what I see. That's what we said. That's what we said, though.
What if you gave another 5 more feet of track?
Straight on. He was standing like 10 feet in front of the finish line.
Oh, great. So that would call right.
It made it look like you won.
Or sorry,
for sure.
left. Yeah. It looked like I was barely out on you. But no, I kicked the tire early. I don't fucking know why. But
I think the track went away a little bit just because it got a little cold.
I was gonna adjust for it. I'm so fucking mad about this weekend.
I was standing there right there on the finish line. I swear to God, it looked like him by like this much, but it's so fucking close.
The track.
Have y'all looked at the thing?
You can't tell.
Yeah,
by
we
the
looked at
camera.
it, but
He was gonna look at the 360 camera on the car. But
My 360 was on my
Can't see the
A-pillars.
Yeah, you can't see.
See where the other car is.
what did Draggy say? Told me it was good.
Fucking
It
trash.
wasn't. No, I went faster first. Like my best pass all day was first round.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't do very good with dragging that time. Actually, that was the slowest one I got all day. I didn't pick up a whole lot, but
I'm like my second slowest. I made so
I'll
many
go
hits.
look. I know, dude. I'm like, they asked to run it back. I'm like, dude, I've beaten my car so much, dude.
I had fresh tires on. I was thinking I'd use them and then be able to go through more in the woods and be fine.
You putting a Mickey on.
Yeah, probably. Probably right.
We need to fix one of your struts too, because it's broken. I forgot to tell you.
How do you
I guess
know?
they're coming over here to us.
How do you know for sure?
One of the nuts on top of the strut is like this much higher than the other side. Something in the shock body has pulled it to allow it more travel.
I'm telling you, I feel like normally, I don't know if it needs aligned or what, or if the toe is wrong.
Yeah.
But like when I'm,
It's fucked up.
I have to, like I'm leaving like this.
It's fucked up.
Steering wheel. But it's
Me and
driving
Dad
straight.
was like, let's just not tell him, because we don't want him to
You
freak
and
out.
who?
Me and Dad.
Oh, y'all didn't tell him?
Well, like I've been telling them, I'm like, so, I mean, like
We're like, nah, dude, it's all good.
The car's driving okay, but like something's different. Like there's a new clanking sound when I hit bumps and stuff.
Well, there's like this much air gap between the nut and the spacer.
You guys
and
did.
then
You guys saw it yesterday when I was.
We saw it today. Like after you raced Chicken Hawk.
I wasn't in danger. It's just steering.
It couldn't go anywhere, but it was fucked up.
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna say I think I won, but
You're gonna go try and
My view's no good because I'm behind it, and you see the front tires. But that's
Line he was too in front of it, going like this, which is going to show an advantage
like
to
I didn't
the
hardly like my
near car, because that's closer to him because he's at an angle facing this way. So, but if you put him on the line, what's that? No, if he's standing right here looking backwards at the finish line, it's going to show this car in the right lane ahead no matter what.
He was behind the finish line, not in front of it.
Oh, you're behind the finish line. Okay.
So the outside car.
I thought you were in front of it. My
Yeah,
bad.
so it was
in front of it.
It is, but honestly, there were a bunch of people that were push.
It's crappy.
I didn't know it was that close. It was close. I thought it was like another foot, but no.
Did you felt like you got around?
I felt like I was like a maybe. Like I was like, I don't think it was a fender, but it was something. Like one of those ones you're like, I wonder how long this car is. like start thinking on the
Well, you
on
got
the return
that
road.
Camaro is a fucking long front end, and you got the pointy. I mean, like I can't argue.
No,
Like,
you can't. Yeah, because I mean, you can see the shadow.
what am I
I
gonna
go
say?
forward one more angle, and you guys are right in line, and that's a foot.
What am I gonna say about that? Like
That's a
far
foot,
as
and it
past-
shows
yeah,
it
it's-
shows a nose right in front.
Are you recording it? Yeah, it's literally a nose.
But you know,
Yeah.
I would try and argue more if the camera was better. Like, what am I supposed to say about that?
That's literally like.
I can't even
Close
argue.
race.
That's what it is. When it spun the tire, I was like, come on, not again.
We got no other pictures, no other videos.
You got yours.
They do, but
I don't
mine's
wanna-
different.
Piss anyone off, for lack of a better term. I mean, I
Very
want
good.
both of you guys back at our events. So, I mean, what?
Well, but based off of the one camera angle we have, whether it's clear or not, like his car is in front of mine. Whether it's true or not, but I can't argue against it. Like his car is further than mine. So if that's the camera that is on the finish line, like what do I say? You know, it is what it is. I wish you guys would have been right on the line. It would have been more fair for me. But with the way that camera shows, it looks like he won. So like I can't argue.
I appreciate you being straight up. I don't think I've ever seen that
Probably
before.
like the most humble person
No, like what am I gonna
What do you
say?
do?
Like,
What do you do?
if I
You're right,
try,
because we're seeing the same video, but like some people watch videos and they act like they're not watching the same video.
I
You're
know.
like, what's wrong with you?
If like the picture is what it is, you know, like if that goes online and I'm sitting there saying, well, I won, and everybody's like, clearly like I didn't, so it is what it is. But we don't really know who won because the camera wasn't right. But in that picture, it looks like he won. So it is what it is.
Did you guys agree to split it all?
Yeah,
We did. A little bit. I get my buy-in back.
Yeah.
If that's the
Third
goal.
chance race.
I'm sure we'll race again, you know, somewhere. So I'm gonna let you guys call it too for sure.
Y'all's call.
What do you want to do? I mean, I can land the plane at 6:45 and rerun it if you guys want another hit at it, or we can. I mean, if you guys
I would
want.
rather not beat the fucking. I already stole somebody else's rims and tires.
Nice. It was the race of the weekend for sure.
Yeah, his bumper is like on the line, but you can't really see my bumper, but it would look like, you know, his is first.
Look at the pecker extender on the bottom's open.
From that, it does look like he's in front, but I was standing directly on the line. I don't.
We're racing over $1,600. I'm just ready to go home.
It's 1,800.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's whatever you guys want to do.
What car you got?
Four-door car, memo. Hey, Bob.
Which one?
Where's on your passenger? No, just me and you. Walk over here. Show me!
Who did it?
Come on!
Guys, it's too foggy. We can't finish the race. Let's all race draggies. Where'd you go?
Oh,
He's lying. That's not that last practice.
that was the last one. You got me on the .01.
Pretty impressive.
Wait, where'd you go earlier? I wasn't looking.
Nothing impressive today, but yesterday I was more impressive.
All right, based on that footage, we'll make the call with Kraken, and I apologize it was so close and our camera guy wasn't in the exact right spot. We'd love to have both of you back. You guys are both awesome racers. So it's
Cover my fuel next time. It's no big deal.
what's that?
We'll be back. That fuel deal though. Texas a long way.
So I let go of the button and I'm out on him just a little bit. I actually left just a little bit before him. Like one frame before he did. So I got him on the light. I was out on him at the 60 foot. I was out on him on the 330. I was out on him at 500 feet. And then somehow Kraken came out on top. And we're going to go over some things here. So everybody that was at the finish line, and you'll see in my mom's finish line video, was clapping and cheering, thinking I won. Like everybody. There wasn't a single person that came up to me and thought that Kraken won. And the finish line guy decides to film the finish line like 5 feet in front of the finish line. And what you're supposed to do is be dead on the line and have a high camera so you can see both cars straight across. That's the fair way to do it. It makes it difficult. You know, there's some illusions. Like if you're looking behind the cars, my car looks like it's in front because that's the angle that we're at and I have the advantage. The other way around, it looks like his car is in front. And I'll show you some examples. I'll overlay it. It looks like my rear tires is further than his, but from behind. But when you look in front, I mean, his bumper's over the finish line and mine isn't. So that's it. You know, that's the only thing. Like, I don't know how. I don't know. Like, if there's got to be like there's. I've done all kinds of experiments. I lined up some Hot Wheels with a ruler, and I was trying to like scale it and figure out like what the hell is going on. I can't disprove it, but there's a lot of theories I have as to what happened. If I really did win, which, you know, like I said, everybody got my hopes up because everybody said I won that race. My honest thought is that I think we were too close. I think we went through at the exact same point. If the cameras were set up right, I think we were dead even at the finish line and it would have had to been rerun. That's how I felt in the car, and that's how I felt. Like, it's just like you have, like, after racing so long, you have an intuition as to like how your spot on the track in the car, and I felt like we were dead even. I didn't think he actually got around me until after the stripe. I didn't throw a fuss about it because based off of their finish line camera, there was no arguing I could do. I mean, it just wasn't in my favor. His bumper looked like it was across the line, and technically you couldn't see my bumper because his bumper covers mine. But based off of the angle, it looks like my bumper wouldn't be past his, you know? So there's no foot for me to even stand on to argue it. And we weren't racing for enough money for me to cry and throw a fit and try and like you know, get a rerun. I don't know how, and I'm still trying to disprove the theory. You know, the race is over now, it doesn't really matter, but I still feel like there's some science behind it where I could have possibly won that race just based off of what everyone saw with their own eyes. There wasn't a single person that said that I lost. And the other funny thing is too is we compared draggies afterwards, and I went 100th faster than he did, and I left on the light before him. So I don't know how that works. You know, like, I know draggies aren't exact, but they're within 2 numbers, and I beat him on the light, and I beat him on the draggy, and somehow, based off of their finish line camera, I lost by more than a bumper. So, you know, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how the cameras are lying, but they are. That's how I feel. You know, you can look up some examples on YouTube and quickly realize how it can affect some finish line photos. Yeah, I have a few theories. It doesn't actually matter anymore. I lost. It is what it is. But me and Kraken are 1-1 now, and I'm sure we'll race again. Still just a fantastic race. All of my races in the buyback race were just awesome, close races. So really good competition. Everybody's getting faster. It's all good stuff. So, but that's going to wrap it up for this weekend of racing. We're getting ready to go to War in the Woods this coming weekend. And we had a great time up in New York. Really nice people. All of our fans up there were super nice. Had a good time. The racing was pretty decent besides a few mishaps, like people getting knocked out and finish line cameras not being correct. But you know, I'm sure the next time we go there, those things will be sorted out. But we had a good time regardless. So we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll have some videos out next week of us racing at War in the Woods. So wish us luck. We'll see you next weekend.